All right, so let's get started. So number one, Olivia, can you share with us a little bit of background about yourself and your career-wise, okay?
Yep.
So, how old are you, by the way? How young are you, by the way, at the moment?
I am 42 years young.
Awesome. And what is your
And
career?
yeah, so I've been a realtor for the past 11 years. I have two boys. One is almost six, and the other one is about 15 months. Um, and yeah, like my real estate business was actually struggling just due to high interest rates and inflation and all of that. And my husband and I knew that we needed an alternative, um, to supplement the income that I was losing. And we wanted more time with our boys and homeschool. And so we found, Amazon Shifu. And, it's been quite a journey. I will say it was a lot to learn, but I had the time to learn, and it was great. So we're actually making money, and we're super excited.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear. And when did you join the program?
When did I join the program? So I joined the program in November of 2023, and I was really pregnant. I was due in March. So I was very exhausted trying to juggle, work balance and trying to learn the program. So I kind of fell off for a little bit there. And then I had my son in March of 2024. And then it was July where I was like, okay, we need some income. And so in July of 2024, I picked up the program again. And within a couple weeks, found a product and sourced, and I think ordered the product in December. And it was shipped in January, and we launched March of 2025.
Awesome. And I'm glad that you didn't give up because one in our community, as always, the Shifu mission is trying to help you guys. And sometimes we do have life responsibility, but I'm glad that you're able to pick yourself back up because we always here to ensure that you reach your finish line to make your first 10K, which is you already did 11K, right?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome, Olivia.
And I will say, yeah, I want to thank you guys for it. Like, I thank you, Justin, Charlie, and all of the coaches have been so supportive because, I mean, like I said, I have paid for two other Amazon courses since 2016. So this is the third course. And I don't think I would have maybe progressed if you guys didn't keep reaching out and kind of encouraging. So thank you.
Okay. And thank you for trusting us on this journey, and that's why we're here for you.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
for Olivia, I know that there are other business opportunity out there, and especially for you as a realtor, you
Mhm.
can do Airbnb and stuff. But why Amazon in the first place?
Um, we truly wanted something passive. Being in the real estate world, I think I kind of just understand like, real estate is a continuous um, work, whether it's servicing other clients or, um, you know, just customer service in general. So we just wanted to make money while we're sleeping. Um, and no cap. I'm just exhausted from burnout from driving and stuff like that. So this was definitely the best option.
Absolutely. And
And also the lower, startup cost, right? Like to buy an investment property, you'd have to get a much bigger loan. And with our finances, the way that had been going since 2023, this was the best option.
absolutely. And how did you came across our program?
Oh, I saw one of your ads or one of your reels on Instagram. And I see a lot, to be honest with you, about different things. And I'm like, this seems different. It had you had a different energy. And so, but yeah, I was like, you know what, let's just click on it and find out more. And then is it Chris? Spoke to Chris, and he was amazing. And so we decided we were just going to go all in.
Absolutely. And for you, I know that you started in 2016, but what kind of keep you back from actually building a store? Were those courses not good enough for you? And how much did you actually spend on those courses and journey?
So the first one, if I remember correctly, amazing.com it was. I want to say it was only like 2000, right? But there wasn't really any like live coaching. I think it was just all like personal recording. Also, I had just gotten into real estate, 2 years, and I was really growing that. So I got distracted. And then in 2020, I tried again with Rainmakers. They too, again, I think it was like maybe 4,000. They had coaching, but it was such a big class all the time. Their live coaching, I think it was always like 80 to 100 or more people, and it's really hard to kind of get your questions answered. And the way at the time they were kind of approaching it too was people were showing their products, on the screen. So I kind of felt like that wasn't very smart to kind of go over someone's product in front of everyone. But yes, I had just had my first son. Real estate was busy. And I guess I didn't really take it serious because I had money coming in, but it wasn't really until real estate started slowing down and we were kind of up against the wall and no other options. And we really kind of pushed forward with y'all's help.
Awesome. And what is the major difference between our course, our mentorship, as well as the other two courses, compared to the two courses?
There's a lot. I think the speed of the, people kind of answering questions, the coaches answering the questions, the responses, they would kind of be throughout the day. It wasn't like a 24-hour wait time or anything like that, especially if you're stuck, in the process of doing something. It's good to kind of get a response right away. But I think too, every coach kind of has their specialty, and their expertise that really kind of help. And it's more very detailed, very detailed step by step. I mean, some of these other courses, they say it's step by step, but it's not as detailed. So.
Absolutely. And for you, how much time that you dedicated toward learning from a program per day?
Oh gosh. I will be honest, I'm like the worst at it. It took me like a year and a half while being pregnant. Maybe an hour a day. Maybe that's why it took me so long. Yeah.
I remember that you started Restar back in July. So let's use July as a starting
Okay.
point. So from July until you find your first product, how long did it take you to learn from the material and attending classes, like per day, for you to find your first product?
Oh yeah, it only took me 2 weeks. So I think I still had a lot of memory from what I learned and the coaching before. And so once I got serious with it, and then two, I think I did research this product a while back, but it was my, analysis paralysis that kind of talked me out of it, because our product kind of is like a higher price product, right? And you're just like, oh my God, like, what if I fail? So I think I had talked myself out of it originally because I wasn't sure 100%. But the thing is, you're never going to be 100% sure. So this time around, because we kind of didn't have any option, we're just like, let's just go with it. And, the product was approved. But yeah, so just 2 weeks from when we started back up again in July.
Awesome. And how long did it take you to find your first manufacturer? And was our connection helpful in the tutorial?
Yes, it was extremely helpful. It didn't take long. I think the only thing that took us long was because we were also trying to feel out manufacturers ourselves to kind of compare what the sourcing agent was offering. But at the end of the day, the sourcing agent did still provide the best pricing.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm glad that you're able to take advantage of the connection to order in order
yeah.
to minimize your risk. And when it's come to shipping, um,
Mm.
how long did it take you to after you find the product to launching?
To launching, so yeah, we ordered the products in December and they shipped it, I think it was the first week of January.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, some product arrived end of January and then some mid-February, East Coast arrived later. And then by the time everything was processed by Amazon, I think we launched in March of this year, 2025.
Awesome. And when you first launched, how was the knowledge and the support from us when it's come to launching help you?
Yeah, it was really helpful as far as teaching us how to set up the PPC campaigns. I learned it. I went through those modules in March when I knew, or in February when I knew the product was going to be arriving soon. I'm a type of person, if I learn it too early in advance, I'm gonna forget it. So I was learning it as I went. But it was very easy to set up. The coaches were extremely helpful in that aspect.
Awesome. And do you remember the first day when you make the before you make the first sales? Were you anxious? Were you
Yes,
scared?
very anxious. Yeah.
And how was
But
that
yeah,
moment when you make this first sales?
yeah, no, it was exciting because, it just kind of randomly came out of nowhere. Um, but yes, we just deep down I knew this product was going to work, and sometimes you just have to like block out the noise or any doubt or from yourself or from anyone else, and I'm glad we kind of stuck through the few months of just stagnation because we are, like you said, we are on an upward, trajectory right now.
Mhm. Absolutely. And for you, what is your feeling when it's now you knowing that you are making money while you sleep?
It's kind of nice. It's funny because I would just text my husband and he's like, another one, you know? And so it is kind of unbelievable at times. But it's very exciting knowing that we could easily hit, 500 plus units a month.
Awesome. And at this moment, what is your current total revenue sales? Can you share with us if you have that your phone?
Oh, yeah. So for this month, you said, right?
Yeah, yeah, total since the start.
Oh, let me see. So,
You can click on last 12 months on Seller Central.
okay, let me see. Last month was really when we started to see decent sales, right?
Yep.
So last month total sales was 3650, 3650, and already this month we're almost double.
Awesome.
And it's only been, 10 days into the month. So we're at 5,173 in sales. And the forecast for this month is a little over 10,000.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
do you think all the sacrifices, all the time when you come to like learning and taking small risks, is it worth it?
Yes. There are so many times I'll tell you, we wanted this so bad. We really, really did.
You got it. You got it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Big hug.
Thank you. But yeah, no, I'm just, I guess anyone that is, wanting it, you just have to want it bad enough. Because I think, when you don't want it bad enough, you just, things get in the way, and when you want it bad enough, you just start making it work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I'm proud of you, and I know that one day your children, you will be able to pass on this knowledge to them, because Amazon not gonna not go anywhere. People still gonna shop on it,
Yeah.
and you're gonna make your kid proud. And just don't give up, okay? You already passed through the major milestone, which is starting. Most people stuck right there, but you already
Yeah, no,
starting.
we had, I mean, our non-negotiable was that we were going to homeschool our kids.
Hmm.
So this past year, my son started kindergarten, and so that we were just, there's no way we're putting him in public school.
Hmm.
So I think that was one of the things too that really kind of helped us like push forward with things. So, but yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, anytime, and I'm proud of you. And for you right now, Olivia, one thing that I can share with you is just 1% more every single day. Set low expectation, but always put in the work on a daily, every day. Because remember, if for me, if I were to give up a few years ago, I would never be in the situation I am today. And same for
Hmm.
you. You'd never give up and just keep going. 1% more every single day. 365 days is 365% more.
Yeah.
And you will be able to pass on this knowledge to your children, as well as these are high income skill. Now you know how to build brand. Now you know how to do almost everything right from your home. And
Yeah.
just really submerge yourself and learn, and you will get to the finish
And
line.
I
Okay?
think another thing I kind of want to just say is that, you hear about all those success stories, right?
Hmm.
That, people launch and they're making 100, 50,000 a month on their first and second month. And so I guess my advice to a lot of people is, most of the time it's not always that way. And so even if, you're struggling, the first few months or whatever, just keep going.
Absolutely. And for you right now, if you were to start over, would you
Mhm.
recommend people to start by themselves, or do you recommend them to start with a mentorship program?
Oh my gosh. there's there's just no way anyone honestly could do this on their own without making a ton of mistakes and costly mistakes and timely mistakes. It's just not possible. I mean, and you can learn from, little tidbits of different people from YouTube and this, but everyone has a different style. And so I think you're going to end up just being all over the place. No, this 100% you need a coach when you don't know anything about Amazon.
Absolutely. And if you were to tell someone, perhaps a mother's right now, that in the same situation as you were before, where they are right now, is finding a way to really gain back the time with their children, gain back the time with the family, but they are afraid of failures, fail before, the unknowns, and what would be that line of motivation that you always using to perhaps help yourself, so that way you can help them to really get out of that loops?
Yeah. Just you got to want it bad enough, and you got to figure out what's a non-negotiable for you. And you have to keep thinking, if you were to continue your life the way that it is, what's going to change? Being in a Vietnamese family, my parents were always at work, and so it kind of affected us as children. And I didn't want to repeat the same pattern. So, real estate just kept me so busy, and, I was never present with my kids. And so do I really want that same pattern? And if you don't want the same pattern, you have to do something different.
Yeah.
And this is truly passive. So I know people say real estate is passive, but it really isn't. So yeah.
Absolutely. And thank you so much. And that is the last question that I have.
Okay.
And thank you so much for spending your time to really share, because I know for sure what you share gonna help a lot of people who are parents, who are really want to gain back their time with their children, but stuck in the same 9 to 5 loops where they're trading the time for money. Because one thing
Yeah.
that you share was really great is if we don't change the formula, we're gonna be in the same situation over and over. And
Right.
life running out today is the youngest day you will ever be alive.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you can do it. Set goal and achieve. Okay, and set small goal and achieve
Yeah.
1% more, more every single day. So thank you,
Yeah.
Olivia. And again, I'll let you go back to your groove of Amazon. And right
Okay.
now, when you very last question. Right now,
Uh-huh.
how much time do you spend per day managing your Amazon business?
Really not that much. I mean, I just like to look at my phone to see, like, oh, we have a new sale. But really, once it's up and running, I think now I'm a little bit busy because we're working on the next order and trying to get it shipped.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been a little bit busy, but once you have things on autopilot, I mean, maybe, 30 minutes to an hour a day, if that, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna hope that everything gonna go well for you. I know for sure it will go well for you. I know for sure that things gonna laying down the foundation for you toward the next journey. So make
Yeah.
sure the takeaway for you from today is make sure that you listen to this recording, read the
Okay.
secret, the money secret, where you attract abundance in your life, and you also want to read um, just Ready, Fire, Aims. That's a good book, as well as Who Not
Okay.
How.
Uh-huh.
So that way you can really grow your business to the next level. Okay, and that's wrapped up
Okay.
for the day call. Thank you again, Olivia, for your time,
Okay.
and God bless.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank you
Justin.
so much. If you need any help, we're
Bye.
here for you.
Thank you.
Let's go. All right, guys. So today, that is the end of this podcast. And make sure that you subscribe, like, and share this one. Feel free to comment down if you have any questions. And our mission at Amazon Shifu, as always, is all about giving you the raw truth of expectation, as well as how to help you grow your business from the ground up and even scaling. Okay. So if you want to learn more about our mission, a ton of free resources that we have available, please feel free to visit our website, amzshifu.com, or check out the video description for link and access to our free training and blog posts, and give me a follow on Instagram. And if you coming from this podcast, send me a DM and I will send you a free ebook that I usually charge people money. As a comprehensive ebook, but I'm going to give it to you for free. Go ahead and send me an Instagram DM, okay, at Justin DeHancho. Find more information in the video description, and I'll see you guys more. 1% more every single day. Shift a warrior, and to the top we go. Peace for now, guys.